Hi. I wanted to share about vibrations and frequencies today. I learned uh, through a meme that was shared once on Instagram, and I've kept it, so I just want to read it to you. It says, "Your vibration is how you feel, and your frequency is how you see things." It seems to be a new buzzword going around about vibrations and frequencies and increase your frequency and improve your vibrations and all of this. And as much as I understand it sort of intellectually, it's quite a difficult one to explain to other people. And I thought, well, I got this feeling and this pull to actually make this video about our journeys in life. And for your journey to improve, for your lives to improve, for you to grow and learn, understanding about vibrations and frequencies is actually, it's almost crucial to learn about it. Now, while I'm still learning about it, it's quite difficult for me to teach. But my dad always said to me when I was growing up that the best way to actually understand anything in life, any concept you are learning, is to actually try and teach it or to teach it. So he would always say to me when I was studying or learning, teach your teddy bears, teach your, go outside and you teach the garden and the birds. And I never quite understood that concept until I did start teaching. And I taught swimming, and I've been working in preschools and working with little kids. And I suppose I had to start working with children to understand what it is to teach freely and feel comfortable with what you are teaching and wanting to teach the world or your communities out there. And now that I've moved into this version of making videos and wanting to work with more adults, adults all have an inner child. So it's kind of how I appeal to people as well. It's like coming down to a level that we actually all understand. So nobody's on this higher, more authoritative way of being when we're in our discussions, communications, and our talks. It takes a bit of time to understand that actually we're actually all on the same level, eye to eye, people to people. Some know more than others in many different areas. That's where the authority simply comes in, as adults anyway. But this vibration and frequency talk is it's very important, because this is where we're talking about like seeks like. In Afrikaans, soort soek soort. I don't know how you would say it in other languages. You guys would have to educate me. But the vibration is how you feel. Let's start with that one. Have you ever walked into a room, or you go to a nightclub, or you go to a restaurant? Family gatherings are some of the best and most interesting concepts, stories that people can actually share and tell. Is that you walk into a room and the vibe just feels what it feels. Sometimes it's a funky vibe. You're like, yeah, what's actually going on? Something feels funny. Did somebody have a fight? What's going on? Or if you've actually walked into the kitchen and mom and dad have been having an argument and everybody, or they're having a discussion and people just go, shh, don't speak. The vibe it feels a bit odd, and you think, are they talking about me, or they were just talking about something they didn't want you to be privy to? I don't know. The energy of a place it's incredible when you walk into a room and you just feel funny, or you feel accepted, or you feel welcome, or you feel the warmth, and everybody is all inviting. So that's the vibration that I guess we all choose where we want to be a part of it. Other sides of it is there's a vibration of discomfort, and you need to step into it and you need to face it. Why it would be uncomfortable would depend on what you're actually going through, what you need to grow through. If you're not feeling confident and you move into this space that just feels completely out of your comfort zone, sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's something you have to do. Other times you're just like, no, I'm not up to this now, and you turn around and walk out the door. I've gotten to that space where I'm just like, not doing this. And you kind of know the vibe that you just don't feel like stepping into. So your vibrations, the vibe, is how it makes you feel. Okay, so you got to be a bit discerning and decide, are you doing this on purpose? Is it a conscious effort that you are stepping into the vibration to actually be a part of that, to shift the vibration? Some people are the people of the party, you know. They come in and them walking into a room shifts the entire vibration completely. So, you know, there's reasons around the vibrations that are there. What are you feeling? It's your vibration that affects you. So it might not affect anybody else that might be of a, you know, I don't want to say higher and lower, but you do get higher and lower vibrations. And yeah, people are, so your low vibrations are your negative emotions, your anger, your depression, your anxieties. And sometimes you need the higher vibrations to shift your perspectives and your feelings and how you are feeling about a space. Then you get to the frequencies. Frequencies about how you yourself see things. So again, coming from yourself, it's a bit more difficult to explain. So your frequencies, if you're tuning into a radio, and the frequency of the radio, you need to find the code to find the radio station you're looking for. Okay, that one's probably the most obvious for me to actually help with and help explain it. And that's the same with us. We need to tune into different frequencies of what we need to learn from, what we want to upgrade ourselves to. You need to, if you want to study a certain skill, you need to study to go meet up with a frequency to become a part of that community or part of that world. So I suppose frequency is how you see things, how you understand it, how you view it, your point of view. It's a large topic, but that's where kind of frequencies go to. And like psychics and people operate at a higher frequency at certain times of their days, of their lives, depending on what downloads they're going to be receiving. So all depending on your type of conversation that you're having with certain different people, you operate at different frequencies. And again, it's a like seeking like. So if you're having a conversation with someone that's operating on a lower frequency, you're going to be almost speaking gobbledygook. I could be speaking gobbledygook to you and you're just going like, not getting this at all. What are you talking about? Sometimes when you're in a circle of community or a conversation, somebody will say something that doesn't make sense and you take it and park it. This could be a seed that needs to be planted. It could be very well what a person of the higher frequency would be bringing to your life is planting seeds for a later stage that needs to just germinate. You need to sit on the information, hear what's been said, brew it a little bit, process the information, just slowly take in bits and pieces of the information, and what resonates with you, you will resonate with. What doesn't, you'll either catch up with at a later stage, or when you're older, more wiser, and you come around similar information, it'll make more sense then. Have you ever watched a movie? Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, any movie out there, even Moana, these, what do you call them, Walt Disney movies. There's so many messages in movies coming through these days that, you know, oftentimes children will watch a movie and then come back and understand things a bit later. And then as teenagers, even understand even more information and absorb more information. As adults, have listened, as an adult, have listened and watched several movies. I love watching movies again, especially if they're movies that resonate with my sense of humor, with my understanding, with, you know, the things I'm passionate about. And I've often watched a movie again and like, oh, now I understand what they were saying. I never got that before. Or I haven't heard that sentence before. I don't remember this part. And there are parts in movies that kind of stick out more every time you watch a movie. The second time you watch it, sometimes it's the same message that comes at you and you understand it differently. This is part of your frequency understanding of what you and how you take in the information and how you understand it, your point of view, your understanding. Also, as you mature and you grow up, you start things becoming, your perception shift all the time. Everything is forever changing. One of the constants in life is always changing. So sometimes information just comes back at you, or it circles around and comes at you again, and it just makes more sense. This is part of your frequency of understanding information that comes at you through life. And so vibrations and frequencies operate twofold in how you feel when you're in an environment. So if things used to bother you, that's a good one. What used to bother you before might not bother you anymore. Then new things come into your life that bother you. Those things, that itchy, scratchy feelings that come along with the emotions that actually affect you, and you're like, why am I actually being affected by that? Gives you a reason to have to focus, grow, develop, and move through the space, forward thinking, forward movement. And you will go around again, come again into those situations, the new ones, and you'll find eventually that they don't bother you anymore. And the vibe has shifted. The vibrations don't bother you anymore. You can walk through a space and go, well, that used to annoy me. It's not annoying me anymore. How people choo in the kitchen and go quiet. When you walk into the room, you're just like, okay, well, I'll just quickly get my glass of water and I'll leave. You can carry on your conversation. That's okay. Sometimes people take that personally, but you kind of grow and move beyond that, or you get over people and their nonsense, and you're kind of like, you know what, I'm over it. I'm not worried. Actually, people don't want to be a part of my life, or they don't want to this, or you start not being bothered by things. So this is part of your vibration and frequency shifting, growing, developing, and in foundational development, these are one of the subjects or part of the process that we will go through as we discuss people to people, person to person, group to group, community to community. And in forward thinking, we create a forward movement in understanding frequencies, vibrations. It becomes part of your conversation, as in, what are you actually feeling? What are you understanding? How are we going to shift your perspective and grow through this so you're not bothered by it anymore? You're not feeling as irritated anymore, as depressed, as anxious, and all of that. So it's all about understanding your outside world, but learning that from your inside world is how you're affected by your outside world, or how your outside world will shift by how your inside world becomes stronger, helping to understand the vibrations and frequencies that we are actually moving through growing, and I want to say growing up with, we're ascending with, and becoming a better people moving forward, and growing our communities with better understanding. So I'm hoping that makes a bit of sense to some of you out there. If not, please email me any questions that you might have, situations that you find bother you. Let's have a discussion about how you can improve how you feel in certain situations, having conversations, what conversations to have, or how to guide a conversation, or speak freely, and knowing that you're actually owning your process and you're owning where you're going. It takes practice, it takes understanding, and everybody has their journey, their message to share. And this is where we're going with Live Smart Foundation. So livesmartfd@gmail.com. I look forward to sharing more communications and processes with this, and helping you process through within our groups and within our discussions. We'll chat soon.